Hello everyone, today I'm here in Latham, New York, outside of their Chuck E. Cheese. We're going to go in there, I'm going to give you guys a full store tour, check out their games and their art and everything else they might have in there, and see their store. So let's get in there and check it out. Alright guys, let's start this tour off right here in the showroom. So as you can see, they have a video wall here. Now this was a 2019 remodel, however at some point it was standardized with the video wall and the 2021 model dance floor, since they got both, but that was not original for this store's remodel. Now this store used to have a Studio C alpha stage, which is made evident by the drop down here in the ceiling, standard for alpha stages, and then they put Chucky's picture where he used to stand on the stage, which is fantastic. Then Jasper's is over there in that corner, and then the other three are over here on this side of the video wall. They have the newer version of the 2.0 carpet. They have the newer 2.0 benches and tables, and they also have 2.0 booths, but no outlet charging over here. Now, this was 2019, however, it was clearly after the matte posters were standardized, because we're going to see matte, not glossy, all throughout the store. However, they would have still had a 2019 model dance floor when they got this, and then they replaced it with 2021 at some point. There are some pixels that are a little dimmer, but overall, it's not in too bad of shape. I don't see any huge sections that are except like right here. There's a little bit of discoloration right here, but other than that, it looks pretty good. On the right-hand side of the showroom, they have the party word mark sign, and these do have outlet charging. More new booths, and then they have an older font emergency exit only sign right there, which those are not super common. Almost always it is the new font, so it's always nice to see the old font. They have 2.0 high-top tables and chairs, one set on each side of the video wall. I'm not going to really show either because there's an employee meeting in one and then a family sitting at the other. So it's not a good time to show those, but they're not anything special. We see those all the time. Then right behind the showroom, we have the kiddie ride area. So we're going to start off here with the Hammer 2 with Light Up Avenger Chuck. They have Arca right here. They do have Glider Rider, and Chucky does have all of his Whisker skill, which is fantastic. And then here to the left of the trampoline zone, they have Chameleon Paradise, they have Snow Day, and they have the Rockstar Ticket Blaster, both Rockstar back and Rockstar top. They have the smaller trampoline zone here with two pieces, Chucky and Munch. Over here on this side of the kiddie ride area, they have Dinosaur Catcher, they have Zombie Land Battle and Octonauts, and then over here they have Minions, they have the Rockstar Air Hockey, they have the Minions Whack-A-Mole, they have Super Monkey Ball Ticket Blitz, Jet Rider, and they have, looks like a full Rockstar photo ride here. Rockstar graphics all over the photo ride. Then to the right of the trampoline zone, we have a few more things to look at. We have some low 2.0 chairs in the long booth, and they also have the circular one over there at the end. And then over here, they have a couple more kiddie games. We have NBA Hoop Troop, Hot Racers, and that is it. And then we begin the regular game room. It's also worth noting that they do have 2.0 stripes, as well as, since this is still 2019, they do still put the 2.0 tickets up there, so they have those all along this wall. And they have Red Hot, Fishbowl Frenzy, Monster Drop. Neither of them are working, though that one ain't one of my credits. They have Soccer Star, Street Hoops, two NBA Hoops right here. They have 4 Alley Rollers with Marquee, Down the Clown, Simpsons Soccer, and Water Blast. We have an old font emergency exit only sticker. And then here along the front wall, they have more booths, and they have extremely sun-faded pennant lights. I have never seen these things so sun-faded before. Even in the old remodels, they're usually not this bad. I mean, I guess there's just such harsh sunlight coming through these windows, because you can tell that they weren't always that light. Like you can see here, this one's kind of like a gradient. It gets, darker as it goes down. So these things are extremely sun-faded. I've never seen them that bad before. Anyway, back to games. So we have Big Win Super Spin, Teeter Totter Castle. They do still have token action here. Smoke a Token Extreme. Let's try to get a token here, see what we got. 2023, and miss. That one was going really fast. They have Dead Storm Pirates, and then on the other side of that, they have Rampage, which I don't see too often, if ever, here at CEC. Then they have H2 Overdrive, Monopoly Roll and Go, Tippin' Blocks, Terminator Salvation, Treasure Quest, Cruisin' Blast, Barrel of Monkeys, and then the small version of Whack and Win right here. They have Avenger Chuck E. Cheese sketchbook. They have Slither IO, which I don't see a ton at Chuck E. Cheese either. They have Superbikes 2, and then they have one 2.0 TV ring for the entire store. There's one right here, and that is it. They have Jurassic Park Arcade right here, Willy Crash, Fruit Ninja FX, Crank It, and FGTV Out of Time. They have the Avengers coin pusher right there. Here they have Doodle Jump, and then here's one of the, since this pennant light is blocked by that section, this one's not as bad as the rest of them. So you can definitely tell the difference there. There's Doodle Jump, as I said. Then they have Air Slide, and then they have SpongeBob Ticket Coaster, which you can see reset, because before I started filming, I won that jackpot, 30 tickets, not bad. They have Halo Fire Team Raven right here. Tons of tickets. Crossbow Master, and I think the last one I need to point out still is Tightrope. And that is about it here for games. All right, now resetting back here in the showroom, let's take a look at the rest of the store. So moving on to the left-hand side, we have an old font restroom sign. Down the restrooms hallway, they still have their old coat hanger rack here. Now, normally I only see these left at the stores that don't have 2.0. I know Why I'm Missing had the coat racks, Mayfield Heights still has the coat racks, but like I don't recall off the top of my head any 2.0 stores where I've seen coat racks before. So that is interesting. They have the older font generic men's and women's 2.0 signs there. And then coming down through here, we have the 2.0 pickup window sign with their pickup window. They have the Pasquale's Kitchen sign, Signature Dough Made Fresh by Hand right here sign. They did get the new wood floors all through here. They have a caution wet floor sign. All this is older font. They have, that's painted blue up there. However, the Third Station sign is there. That's all painted blue. And then they have the Pepsi machines. Lit Crown Molding, U1 sign right there, which is covering where an old Chuck logo would have been. And then they have all 6 of the Gumball plush. They have large Bella. They have small Pasquale and small Bella. Full assortment here. There's the rest of their prize counter. Would love to see some new plush come out eventually. There's that Helen bag. I have yet to see that in store. I'm not seeing a price on it unless it's that counts as that $7.99 there. But it's the first time I've seen the Helen bag. And then here's down here, and they do still have StarCap Thumbchuck right there on the glass, which is awesome. They have a token return spot. This is very interesting. They don't want you to keep your tokens here. They want you to put them in this box. There's StarCap once again. Here's their salad bar. And then they have the long Our Veggies Are Hand Chopped Daily sign up there. They have the new tiles and pizzeria and games above the menu boards. Now here they have the pair of pizza size boards. They have the one for traditional and stuffed crust, and then they have this one, which I saw at the Serene Las Vegas location, which was also an early 2.0, and that one used to say thin and crispy pizza, and they took all that off and it says stuffed crust now because they don't have thin and crispy pizza. They also have the 2.0 small Chuck logo up there. They covered that one over, however, they did install a new one for that. I don't think I remember to point out that to the side of all these front windows, they do have the all you can play with Chucky silhouette. I think I forgot to mention this one, but they do have it. It's right here, and it's the larger rectangular version. All right, guys, let's start this tour. Oh my goodness, what am I saying? I'm really tired. I already did the tour. All right, now we have to do the history of the store. This location opened in April of 1999, and obviously with the Studio C Alpha stage, it would have went right here from there to where Chucky's picture is over there, and that's where he would have stood, which is fantastic. The Alpha stage remained all the way up until 2019 when they got their 2.0 remodel. Now you can definitely tell that there used to be showroom walls in this location from there to there. However, I'm sure those were not removed at 2.0 because they did have the 2005 remodel. They would have opened with the 90s remodel, and they did get the 2005 remodel before 2.0, and I'm sure that's when those showroom walls were removed. Now, one thing that's important to mention with this location is that it had one of the last fully complete Alpha stages with the pizza phone, bird, Apple TV, curtains, blue screen, and the interactive console. This location had the interactive console all the way up until I think 2.0. It was one of the last stores to have it, and unfortunately it died with 2.0, but that's awesome. I wish I got to see an interactive console. They're extinct now. There's only 4 Alpha stages and none of them have it. So that's unfortunate, but no more interactive console, but they did have it here to the very end. And then at some point in the early 2020s, from 2021 to 2024, they standardized their 2.0 with the video wall on the 2021 model dance floor. I've been to several early 2.0s where that happened. They seem to have plenty of money to burn on stuff like that to add video walls that I haven't seen anybody really look at. Now, I'm not sure what the character poster arrangement looked like before they had 2.0. Maybe they were able to fit all 5 here in the cutout where the alpha stage used to be. Not sure. But yeah, that's the history of this store. And Chucky is out, which is nice to see. He's dancing with the kids, and they're having a great time doing the beach party bash since it's summer right now. And I was able to get a jackpot during this visit. 50 tickets on Red Hot, not terrible. All right, now here when you leave, they have the mission statement with timeline attachment, and it does have the older scripted logo. The carpet changes. They have the Where a Kid Can Be a Kid photo prop out here at the exit. They have lit crown molding with the Have a Chucky Day green silhouette. They have the sensory sensitive Sundays and max occupancy over there. Out here, they have a generic firearms prohibited sign. They have a small 2.0 Chuck logo all the way up there. Good behavior guidelines over here. And then hidden here on the side glass, they have 2 Avenger Chuck logos. They have one right there on the bottom, and then this one's kind of covered by Dippin' Dots. However, we should be able to see it better. Yeah, right there. So they do have 2 Avenger Chuck stickers here on the doors. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Overall, it was a pretty nice location. I got a couple jackpots, and it was great to see Chucky out. And they had a couple older Avenger Chuck things in there as well, which is always nice to see. If you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.